Hey guys, my name is Emily. Welcome to my channel. As you guys can tell from the title of my video, I am officially moving. I know quite a few of you have found my channel through my New York City apartment tour of what does $26.50 get you in New York. And a few of you might be a little bit confused because in the video I did state I was planning on staying another year. But after weighing out all my options and my lease ending at the end of the month, I figured it was within my best interest to end up moving. So I did want to share with you guys a couple tips and tricks. Being someone who's quite young, living on their own, I just wanted to share with you guys how I was able to find apartments, get approved, and things like that. So I broke it down into 3 different categories and just a bunch of tips and tricks later on. So the first category is just having a gist of where you want to live. Like for instance, if you guys are planning to move to Manhattan, you just have to figure out where in Manhattan do you want to move. So there's so many different parts within New York City because there's boroughs. So do you guys want to live in Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island? Do you guys want to live in Long Island? Like, you know, there's just so many different types of places within New York City itself that you have to really narrow it down, because if you're just looking for apartments, you're looking for apartments within all these different areas, and if you don't have a gist of where you want to live, it's gonna get really confusing. So the second most important thing is figuring out what you want. So do you want a studio apartment? Do you want a 1-bedroom? Are you looking for an apartment that has a washer and dryer in unit? It's all these things that you need to consider. If you're going in blind, you're gonna have an extremely hard time narrowing down anything. You're gonna give a lot of realtors a hard time, and they're just gonna feel like you're just joking with them and you don't know what you're looking for. So make sure you narrow it down on what you're looking for, just the gist of it. You don't have to be concrete, just give them a foundation. So the third most important thing is setting a budget for yourself. So you might think that you can afford a $3,000 studio apartment in Manhattan, but unless you're working a stable job or you have just a lot of money to spend on that, then great, good for you. But a lot of people who watch my channel are not like that. So it's important to set a budget within yourself. It's just ideal if you just think about what is realistic to you, what makes sense to you. Hey guys, so sorry I wasn't able to finish filming yesterday, so I'm filming the day after. So something that I wanted to touch base on was something called no fee and fee apartments. So a no fee apartment is exactly what it sounds like. You're not paying a fee when you get it. And a fee apartment is exactly what it is. You pay a fee when you do get the apartment. So typically from my experience, a no fee apartment is someone who works for the building management and is someone that is trying to get the place rented out as quickly as possible, so they don't charge you a fee because they work for the building and they don't make like a certain type of commission off of it. And then a fee apartment is when like a realtor or a broker is the one listing it. These realtors are the ones that collect commission fees, so typically it's the first month's rent. When you have a no fee apartment, when you get the apartment, you're basically putting down first month and the security deposit. And then when you're getting an apartment that has a fee, you're putting down first month security and the broker's fee or the realtor's fee. I forgot to talk to you guys about how I found all of my apartments. Each and every one is through StreetEasy, so it's amazing because you could just put the neighborhood that you're looking for, and let's just say all of downtown Manhattan, and then let's say the max amount of rent you're willing to spend is $2,000. Let's just do $3,000, and then let's say you're looking for a 1 or 2 bedroom, and then it's going to show you all of your rental options, and it's really great at filtering things out, and you can see. And just from here, you can click on the listings, and then you can reach out to the realtor or the broker that is showing the place. Another great one is this website called Spare Room. They also have an app, but I don't have that downloaded. This is great if you're looking for a roommate and you want to share space. You just go here. I believe it's available all in the US, but just mainly in the major cities. So you're able to find rooms and live with roommates, and your cost of living will be much cheaper. So when I'm applying for apartments, I'm making sure that I am extremely prepared and I already know the things that they're going to ask me. So most of the time, these people are willing to work with you because not everyone is perfect. Not everyone has the best income or the perfect credit score. So in New York, you're typically supposed to make 40 times your rent, and the average, the least amount of credit you can have is $650, and that's for like an okay apartment, but they're looking for someone with at least a 700 plus credit score. And then if you do not fit within those requirements, you can have a guarantor, but the guarantor has to make 80 times that rent, and then they also have to have a really perfect credit score. So I know it's really difficult for quite a lot of people to have people like that to sign for you. I did find these 2 companies. I've never personally used these before, but I know people who have. So the first one is called Insurance. So it is a guarantor company and they sign for you for a certain percentage of money of the year, of how much your rent costs per year. And then they charge you, I think, anywhere between 12% to 18% based on your credit and your income. And so they co-sign for you, and that will allow you to get a really good apartment without fitting into the income and credit guidelines that the building management is requiring. Another company is called the Guarantors. I believe this is a relatively new company. It's more of a startup, but it's also the same exact thing, is that you make a certain credit or income and they look at that and then they charge you based on that percentage. They also do charge you based on how long your lease is. For example, if it's 12 months, 18 months, or if you wanted to do 2 years. Okay, also just be extremely prepared. They're gonna ask you for a lot of personal information. So once you find an apartment that you do like and you do decide to apply for it, keep in mind that every application costs money. So I believe they could charge you anywhere between like $10 up to $50 for an application fee, and that's non-refundable. And when you also apply for an apartment, you're gonna have to put down a deposit. From my experience, the deposit has always been about $500. And I believe that if you do not get the apartment, like you don't get approved, you get your deposit back. If you do get approved and you end up not taking the apartment, they do not give you your deposit back. So a couple of things that you need to be prepared for is that if you are working for a company, make sure you're having your most recent pay stubs, you have your W-2s. If you're self-employed, I definitely recommend that you have your taxes. I gave in my 2019 tax returns, my 2018 tax returns, just to show them that I have proof of income, because I do freelance and work at the same time, so it's kind of difficult for them to see that. They're gonna also ask you for your most recent bank statements, so I just did my last 2 or 3 months. They're gonna also ask you for proof for your renting history. So all I did was just find receipts of when I paid for my apartment for the last 6 months, sent that to them as well. So every building management is gonna ask for a bunch of different things. Just make sure that you're very clear and concise, but also just make sure you're also extremely organized, because if you're not organized and you're in a fret, a lot of people are applying for the same apartment at the same time, and it's going to be really difficult for you to land your dream apartment when someone else already has all the items ready. Makes your chances of approval a little bit higher if you have everything in check. I'm living in an apartment that's $26.50 now. I'm going to be a full-time student again, so I didn't want to spend so much money. My first category of where I want to live. So I really wanted to stay in Brooklyn. I just wanted to stay in an area that was just a little bit more family oriented, so I really wanted to live in Prospect Park. Prospect Park just was the most peaceful place that I really wanted to be, and because Prospect Park is so ginormous, you know, we could go out for walks and jogs and things like that. And then quarantine has really made me really appreciate nature. So that's why I really wanted to live next to a park like that. So for my second category, what I really wanted was something that had like new appliances. I wanted a place that had either gut renovated or just newly renovated. That was kind of what I was looking for. I live in a luxury building now, and I wasn't looking for anything that had amenities, because knowing that in Prospect Park, you can't really get, you know, amenities like that, because a lot of the buildings are like older, like brownstones. So I wasn't really like putting my head into that type of expectation. The third category, it was my budget. I really did not want to spend more than $2,000 a month. The cap I was going to spend was $2,200, but I was really aiming towards $2,100 and lower, which is why all the apartments that you're gonna see are around that price range. Out of these 3 apartments, I did apply to one and I did get approved. I'm really excited to share with you guys the apartment. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll the apartment hunting video. Please let me know which one you guys like the best and which one you think I applied to, and let's get rolling. Hey guys, so we are currently on our way to the first apartment, and it's going to be one of those tours where basically they just open the door for us and then we could just tour it ourselves. So we're pretty excited about that, and we will catch you guys there. much for watching my video. I believe my next video is gonna end up being the empty apartment tour. I'm not too sure yet, or it's gonna be a moving vlog because I'm still in the process of packing everything. I know everything looks fine now, but within the next couple of days, I'm gonna be signing the lease, buying a lot of boxes, hiring movers. So it's gonna be a little bit chaotic here, but I'm really hoping to do an empty apartment tour. If you guys like, follow me on Instagram. I'm going to be posting more like sneak peeks of everything that's been going on. So if you guys want to see that, go ahead and follow me there. And I will catch you guys in my next video next week. Bye guys.